Before we begin, we want to take a moment to acknowledge that Williams College sits in the territory of the Mohican Nation and is traditionally inhabited by the Mohawk and Nipmuc nations as well.
Good morning, class of 2019. I want to take a minute to think back to your application to Williams. The crumbled up drafts, late nights, and tears that came with defining yourself and all your hopes and dreams in just a 300-word statement. We were the first class to be asked on our application who our ideal tutorial partner would be. Who did you say? And how did you use your time at Williams to make your experience a reflection of the thinkers and doers you wrote about? Now go ahead and tell me about your consulting jobs on Wall Street.
A lot has changed in the last 4 years. We gained and lost the log, the bookstore moved over a street, Goodrich moved to Dodd, and then back to Goodrich. And we have significantly more marble blocks.
And more petitions about those marble blocks.
We also lived through the Teach It Forward campaign, which was tragically not kicked off by Kanye.
In all seriousness, though, we have a new president, we have a new provost, dean of students, chaplain, Davis Center director, director of admissions, director of financial aid. We have a different JA system, a new school song, a renewed push for Asian American studies, and we finally won our homecoming game.
Go East!
This school looks pretty different than it did 3 years ago, yet somehow Williams remains Williams.
There are some things that will always stay with us. The excitement of this bustling metropolis, now with the added excitement of construction everywhere. Our deep shared hatred of Amherst. Our relationships that have come and gone, and I mean that both with people and with theorists. And certainly, the phrase, "I'd like to push back against that," is forever seared into my brain.
But what makes us Williams? What keeps us Williams? Is it our reliance on neoliberal ideals that justify this colonial institution? Or is it a project of thoughtful critique and genuine development? Words towards diversity and inclusion must acknowledge that thoughts and ideas do not exist ahistorically and will always be grounded in the legacies of a space.
Williams has a complicated history, and those paradoxes and contradictions exist to this day. The irony of a Williams education, though, is instead of making us blind to the problems, it allows us to begin to understand them. This college has taught us to be critical thinkers, to question everything, and to critique the things we love the most. Williams, we have taken your teachings seriously.
To question is hard, though. It makes our world feel tenuous and malleable. After 4 years, we have to leave this place, get an actual job, and try to put what we learned into practice. There's something uniquely difficult about trying to unlearn and relearn the world in just 4 years. Don't shy away from this messiness. There is no career that is beyond the need to be questioned. And as I learned in my past life as a failed physics major, trust chaos theory, which states that there is an order in the chaos of the world. Find that order, challenge it, and never accept things just as they are.
We're not quite sure yet what to make of our messy, overloaded, and life-changing 4 years here. What we do know is we have a fourth of our time here ahead of us at Williams. Our paths may diverge in 8 months, but as long as we keep questioning and pushing back against that, so to speak, I think we're going to be just fine. Thank you.